Well, hello everybody. I think this is what, day 4 of trying to work through the Inner Circle Task Force box. I got one squad of Deathwing Terminators to go. I got the Watchers and the Dark left from the first squad, and yeah, just getting some hobby reps in, getting some hobby time in. Hope you guys are doing good. Try to get this cable taken care of. So it's Friday night. Hopefully you guys are doing good. Trying to get the stream chat up. All right. I'll get this out the way. Yeah, yesterday, or the other day rather, I got 4 of the Knights done. I went and finished them up. Got their basing stuff on too. So I'm chipping away on that pretty well. I got the Teleport Homer and the Watchers to do still from the last box. Or the last squad. And yeah. I know it's kind of late on a Friday, but I'm trying to get that time in when I can. I had issues cutting these in the past. The little wire tends to want to break on you. Somebody asked the other day if I've gotten the lion done yet. I'm waiting and saving him for the end. No real reason, just in my mind it just seems right. Yeah, late Friday night. The snow is pretty much all melted now, which is nice. I mean, it was nice to have the snow, but I'm really glad it's warmed up. So what you guys working on tonight? Hopefully you guys are working on something. Getting some work in. I was talking to a buddy of mine about how long it's taken me to build these guys. And it's been about 30 minutes a guy, other than that chaplain. He was kind of like blown away by how slow I'm going. But I don't know. Might be a downside of streaming too, because I gotta keep checking, looking at the camera, make sure it's working right. And I'm working around the view. So I'm probably moving kind of slow. But I've been enjoying it. Last stream, we had a whole lot of people chatting and talking. It was a good time. So right now in my Dark Angels quote unquote list, I got the 2 squads of the Deathwing Knights. I got the 2 squads of the Inner Circle Companions. I got the Lion. I got the Terminator Chaplain. I got the Lieutenant with the Storm Shield and Volkite. And I got a group of Hellblasters. Hey, thanks for the like. I appreciate it. It really helps out. But I think it's around 1,200 points. If you guys have any suggestions, I'm all ears as to what to get next. I'm trying to get it to just a 2,000 point list. Don't want to go too crazy with them, but I'm open for your input. Oh, that's weird. Huh. Teleport Homer down. Alright, Watcher in the Dark. So what's that? 14, 13, 15? Oh, that's nice. And like, what are these guys anyway? Like, pretty sure they're either Xenos or Warp Spawn or something. I think that's that for them. The Hellblasters seem pretty cool. The only downside with them is that they're not like strictly a Dark Angels unit. So it doesn't really feel like a Dark Angels, army in my mind. But maybe I'm overthinking it. Yeah, I guess as soon as they're painted green, they're Dark Angels. Right now, they're all gray shields. This doesn't even like feel like a Warhammer model. Teleport Homeowner and Watcher done. Alright, time to do it again. This time I'm going to go Maces. I think Maces are the way to go for this set. Get the next group out. Just these. Alright, where are we? 1 and 3. Looks like this side here. But yeah, so hopefully you guys are working on some stuff, getting that work in, making things happen. This is the second squad of the Deathwing Knights. Kind of chipping away at it. Hope you guys are having a good Friday night. Let's see. Do some knife work. got some washes done on the stern guards. I did the other day too. Kind of bounce between projects sometimes. I feel like sometimes if I do the same thing too much, it kind of wears at me a little bit. But it also makes her a messy hobby desk too. Alright, knife work done. Time to glue the butt. Still weird that they've made this its own part. Last night we had some guys that were working on some neck runs, some Tyrannid stuff going on. Somebody was just doing their chores. Just listening in as we go. So whatever you guys are into, shout it out, let me know. Part of the reason why I like the live stream is, I get to do some kind of interaction as I'm doing this, not just, hanging out by myself. So if you're just all coming in, say, hey, what's going on? Let me know what you guys are up to. Definitely feels like it's going quicker than yesterday. First body done. All right, and this one's going to be the mace, so 17 and 18. I'm gonna move these guys out the way, give myself some more room. There we go. All right, 17, 18. Where are you guys at? 17. Let's see if my chat's working right. 17, 18. Yeah, like I did a poll when I was first getting the box, and I was like, all right, what's better, swords or maces? And then initially the swords were, the predominant choice. But the longer it went, it's pretty much 50-50. Some people made good comments that the swords get more attacks, and if you put them with a chaplain, they get a +1 to wound, which makes a lot of sense. Even like the maces with the anti-monster and vehicle, the swords still kind of come out better with the chaplain. But if you don't want to pay for 2 chaplains or have 2 chaplains, maces are better all around, like all-comer kind of thing. So I just figured, why not both? I initially was thinking about magnetizing them, but like the location and the way that all kind of goes, with the hose and whatnot, I kind of thought against it. Figured it'd be a lot of work, a lot of time. But I was kind of looking at the lion sprue a little bit yesterday. That's a whole bunch of parts for that guy. It's like 43, I think it counted. Could be a little off. But that's a lot of parts for one guy. I mean, I'm sure he's going to look awesome. But I don't know if they needed to make him that complicated. So that'll be the mace arm. All right, 10 and 11. Mm, 21 and 22. D29. 25 and 24. I think that's everything. All right, knife time. And I hope you guys are doing all right. Hope you guys are getting productive. And you're achieving goals, making things happen. And if you're not, that's all right. There's always another day. Sometimes you just gotta rest, relax. That's kind of what this is for me too. This is kind of like a meditation. And at the time, as you're doing it, kind of zone out, forget what's going on in the world. And when you're done, you got something you can put on a shelf. Kind of cool. I don't know if I'm super sold on the look of the maces, but we'll see. head 103. Again, I don't feel like the helmetless ones make any sense. You're in Terminator armor, and you're gonna run around with your bare face out there. I don't think so. That doesn't seem like a good idea. They had that secret level episode. That was awesome. If you guys haven't seen that, check that out. But in that, you have a Blade Guard veteran just rolling through a squad of cultists, and he picks one up, and the cultist shoots him with an auto pistol in the head, bounces off his helmet. Imagine being blessed to wear Terminator armor, and you just get taken down by a cultist with an auto pistol because you decided not to wear your helmet. Boom, one done. First one done. 34 minutes. I know. Boom. All right, next. 1 and 4, that's the alternative build for the first one. All right, 33, 32, 31. Over here. 31. 32. 33. 34, 35, 36, 37. How's it going, everybody? If you're just now joining, working on the Deathwing Knights from the Inner Circle Task Force. This is the second squad, trying to chip through and roll through. I finished the Watcher and the Teleport Homer at the start of the stream, and now I'm just making my way. This group I'm going to be building with the maces. The last group I built with the swords, and just making it happen. I'm working it on, getting my hours in, and hopefully you guys are enjoying, hanging out, working on something too, and we can chat as we go. And you know, it helps if you like and all that good stuff, you know, the YouTube spiel. But getting the time in. The bottom is pretty important to trim out. The little bumps on the feet, it can mess them up when they're standing on their base. It doesn't let the glue connect as well. So make sure you get that little spot. I think my chat's working, but I'm not too sure. I haven't seen anything pop up. Sometimes I'll have internet issues, and that'll be like a big delay. So if I miss something, I'm sorry, y'all. Clean them up. A little attention to detail. Like I know a lot of people, they have favorite parts of the hobby and they hate parts of the hobby. It's like some people like building but hate painting. Some people love painting but hate the building. I find I go kind of like in waves. Like I enjoy it all, but there'll be waves of it. Right now I'm in like a building kick. But the other day, I started feeling the itch to paint, which is why I went and primed some stuff and gave them a wash to kind of like scratch that itch. But like I know, like I need to get these guys built, But that's the cool thing with this hobby is there's so many different parts to it. You could be building, painting, modeling, converting, looking at lore, watching battle reports, hanging out, talking to people about it, and you can shift and transition as your brain needs it, But right now I'm really trying hard with that new year, new army concept, and try and make it happen. So I know a bunch of us probably got models and whatnot for Christmas, either from somebody or from yourself. But hopefully you guys have found time to put some work on them. I've been guilty of piles of shame. Trying not to let that happen too much with this box. And that, and I'm kind of motivated too to get some work done on them. I got some personal goals with YouTube. I want to hit that 1,000 subscriber mark, which we've been growing pretty good. Last I looked, I think I was at like 470, 465, something like that. But really pushing hard for that 1,000. And hopefully, I can keep growing it, keep doing it. And you guys are enjoying it and hang out. And, build a little community around it. And have a good time along the way. So if you guys are liking it, just drop a like. It's super awesome. Makes me feel good. And yeah. That is not the right side. Other side. There we go. I'm trying to go a little quicker with these guys today. Last time I streamed, I was moving pretty slow. But try to balance it. Speed and accuracy. A couple of years back, I had made it a mention that all the new stuff is pretty monopose. And people are like, no, they're not. Yeah, they very much are. They are pretty monopose. But the sculpts are much, much prettier than they were back then, too. So I guess if you gotta have a little monopose to get that, it's alright. Alright, legs and body done. Moving on, hips, 38 to 39. Is this the one that kind of jumps? I feel like it is. 39. Come on. Is this the part that's on all three? There's one guy where he has parts on all three sprues. I feel like this is him. Yep, there it is, 38. Like, why? Why couldn't all this be on one sprue? And guys, if you don't take the time to do some knife work and clean them up, for shame. Good thing is the mold lines on these guys are pretty mundane, pretty easy. I've definitely dealt with worse. All right, hips done. All right, 40 and 42. 40 and 42. 40. 42. 42. But yeah, it's Friday, y'all. Hope you had a good weekend. And your weekend's going to be good too. Hope you guys are accomplishing stuff, getting stuff done. All right, that's that one. 43 and 44. 43, 44. Okay. 45, 46, 47. 45. 46. And 47. All right, if you guys see it before I do, yell at me. It's 47. Yeah, 47. There it is. I'll go with 101 for the head. Alright, knife work. Well, thanks for the like. I appreciate it. It means a lot, man. Truly it does. And with us little guys, yeah, all that stuff really means a lot. It keeps you motivated. So, thank you so much. I know I need to get some music in the background, but I'm just afraid with all the YouTube rules that I'll get in trouble for putting music out there. Yeah, when I do this cleanup, I use the knife to get the bulk off, and I go sideways with it to make sure it's like smooth. Some people say to use like the back of the knife. I don't really like that because like the blade's pointing up towards you, and sometimes people will press on the back of the blade, and if you're rushing or whatnot, you might spin it around and get yourself. So I don't really do that. And years of doing this kind of stuff, you get your nicks and cuts, trust me. Sometimes it's learning the easy way, others it's learning the hard way. And if you tell me you've never cut yourself while hobbying, I will call you a liar. Or you're not hobbying enough. And this little guy's got a lot of connection points. But yeah, if you guys are just hanging out, enjoying yourself, I appreciate you guys stopping by. Hopefully you guys are having a good time, relaxing, getting some work done. I appreciate you being here, hanging out with me. Hopefully you guys are getting some work done, building your own stuff. If you're not, this is your call right now. Get the stream going, hang out, chat, grab a box of models, get to work. Grab some paint, do something. I mean, if you're driving right now, don't do that. Focus on the road. And then really why you got YouTube open anyway, right? But if you're channel surfing, hang out, get some work done, slay the gray, build something. All right, let's get it. Nice. Done. Shield. Done. Yeah, look at each little thing as a little victory. I got the hips on them. See, all these guys are kind of in like the come at me bro pose, which I appreciate as far as like painting, but they all kind of look the same. And I guess it kind of makes sense. Like you wouldn't need to be like hunkering behind a shield really, wearing the Terminator armor. But they are kind of static with it. This bottle's getting low. Ah, and there it all came. Let's see. Let's do a little from that shoulder if you get on that one. Oh, come on now. I'm guessing this one's on the same arm. Yep, same arm. Too much glue there. But y'all had a great week. I know most of the country was dealing with either forest fires or blizzards. Kind of crazy. I know where I live, we got a once in a lifetime blizzard down here. I had about 7 inches in my front yard, which I know for some of my northern buddies that doesn't sound like a lot, but whew, that was insane down here. Boom. Number 2 done. Loved it and got so much done and tons of fun in the snow. Yeah, you were rocking and rolling getting stuff done. Thanks for the likes, y'all. I appreciate it. Yeah, you were getting all kind of work done. I know a lot of people took advantage of it. I know I certainly did. I've been getting a lot of hobby time in, trying to be productive with it, which is good. All right, let's see. 48, 49, and 50. Not this one. Here we go. Let's see. 48. putting the rep in, getting the work done, making it happen. Feels good. Being productive. Like, work and all is great, but when you get the chance to, do the things you like, that's always good. 50. And thanks for the chat. I was starting to worry there for a minute. That wasn't working. Sometimes I got issues on my internet, but 51, 52, 53, and 54. One. 52. 53. Where'd 54 go? Here, 54. Yeah, the fiber isn't all it's cracked up to be. Yeah, it's been rough. What kills me is like the upload speed and the download speed should be the same, but it's very much not. And kind of one of the reasons why I was liking doing the late time stream is I was hoping to be less people in the world using it, and it might give me a little bit of priority, but I don't know. I know it's late. A lot of people aren't really streaming right now, doing stuff like this. But for the 8 of you people out there rocking and rolling with me, you guys are awesome. I appreciate you. It means the world to me that you're spending some time with me. And I was watching a chapter of Master of Valor earlier today, and he's saying that he's heard rumors about 11th edition coming around soon, which is kind of crazy. Be a year early, but I don't know. From what I've been kind of hearing, is a lot of people aren't really liking 10th ed so much. So maybe they're going to try to reboot it or adjust it or whatnot. Or they just realize that a new edition means new boxes and a whole lot of money. Which, both for a company is a valid reason to do anything. Deathwing Knights are pretty cool. I like them. Like, they look good on the box, but like in person with the actual sculpts, it kind of hits different. Like when I saw the pictures of the Terminator Chaplain, I didn't like it. I thought it was kind of lame. It didn't really look right. But the actual model itself, being able to hold it and move it around and look at it, it's really cool. That's a good model. Thanks for the like. Appreciate it. Really helps out. Boom. Leg. Best part about building models. Small dopamine hits. Boom. Leg. Unnecessary butt piece. Back in Body Works. What up, 07? What does that mean, 07? I don't know what that means. Am I getting that old, y'all? Am I getting that old? Look, I was talking to my buddy. He's all hyped about the Eldar. And he was talking that there's something with that the whole codex leaked. And he was saying that the jet bike detachment, there's something to it, looks pretty cool. And I said, do they still get to move 48? He said, they haven't moved 48 inches in like 13 years. I was like, oh God, I'm in this so long, all the rules are starting to blur. So if you remember the old days with Eldar jet bikes being able to turbo boost, congratulations, you're an old guy like me. And it's really funny, like YouTube will show you the demographics, like the age of who watches your stuff. Everybody is in my demographic, like the old guy group. It's like, oh no. All right, let's see, that's there. 55 and 56. 56. So I remember when I first got on the hobby and you walked into the store and there's always the old guys in the back working and playing and whatnot. And it was always kind of like intimidating to walk up and say, hey, what you guys doing? You know, can you show me what you're doing? And it just hit me like, oh no, I have become the old guy in the back of the shop. Where's 55 at? I've been playing for 37 years and painting Eldar Spirit Stones at this moment. That's what I'm talking about, Spirit Stones. Ugh. That is a lot of work. So 37 years, you know exactly what I'm talking about turbo boosting 48 inches. That was the most gamey thing ever. You can play the whole game and just jump out and grab what you wanted at the end. For shame, sir. You know exactly what you were doing. Ah, that was almost terrible. Moving those. But yeah, the Eldar are always been good. Like, never, like, I don't know. They're weird. They'll have editions where they are just absolutely broken. So good. And then they'll just get no love. So I'm sure you've been looking at the models and sculpts that they got coming out. They look really beautiful. Hey, thanks for the like. I appreciate that a lot. Yeah, he was telling me, yeah, a few months back I picked up 6 boxes of Shining Spears, but I have a combat patrol laying around and a half dozen bikes in it. There you go. Hey, look. It's okay to be a hobby dragon with our hoard of loot and treasure. Trust me, I have mine too. But he was telling me, I mean, he showed pictures, so I get it. I would look for it myself. But apparently, there was a reconnection issue there. Sorry about that. My stream kind of disappeared on me there for a second. Yeah, that really kind of stinks. I had a bunch of people going on, good talks going, and I lose internet connection. Mm-mm. You got 64. Hey, welcome back. Sorry my internet went out on me. I apologize. I made me a little sad. I had a bunch of people in here, had a good talk, and then my internet said, nope. Mm-mm-mm. All right, where are you at? Piece 64. There it is. But yeah, I don't know. I was talking about the Wraith Knights when they came out with their D weapons back in 7th edition. You Eldar guys are rocking and rolling, living life large. Welcome back, y'all. Sorry, my internet decided to reconnect there. Thanks for coming back in, saying hey to me. And if you guys are just now hopping in with us, working on the Deathwing Knights from the Dark Angels Inner Circle Task Force Christmas box. This is the second squad. The first squad I did the swords. This one I'm doing the maces. I had put up a short, and it was pretty much 50-50 with what people were saying that's good. So I went with it. Yeah, it does happen. The rough thing is I just got a fiber connection, and it was supposed to be like designed for this kind of stuff, and I have not been super impressed with what they can do. Maybe I need to call them and make sure it's working the way that it's supposed to. Get a business account in line. It's like $5 for priority service. Ooh, that, sir, is a brilliant idea. I might have to look into that. Because if I'm going to keep doing this, which I've definitely planned to do, I can't keep having that kind of disruptions. So yeah, my goals, right? I don't know if you were here when I was talking about my goals. I want to hit my 1,000 subscribers, which I'm almost halfway there, and I want to hit 4,000 watch hours. And I was putting out some YouTube shorts, and they were doing really good. I was getting good watch time, a lot of work done for those. Um, but I kept looking in the YouTube analytics, and my watch time wasn't changing. And I did a little research, and apparently YouTube Shorts don't count. So I need to do more of the live streams, more of the long format stuff. So that's why I'm doing this kind of stuff. I mean, I always do it anyway, but I'm doing it to achieve a goal and to hang out with people. Feels good. But if the internet keeps pooping out, that's not cool. So business line. Shield done. I did a video today but couldn't get it to upload. Gonna have to try to remake it and try to get it shorter. So I've noticed with mine, when I try to upload, I feel like there's an internet issue with it too, but I also feel like YouTube itself makes me wait to upload. Like, if you look in my the history and whatnot, I upload all these live streams, and yeah, they're long, but they take 15 to 20 hours to actually upload. And the first time I did it, I was kind of worried about it, like if it was going to work or not. So it might just be one of those kind of cases. Because I'd hate for you to have to like remake a video. That sucks. And what kind of video? Like Warhammer related video? It says pending and uploading with 0% and a canceled upload button. Pending. Yeah, usually when mine says pending, it goes pretty quick at that point. Usually it's the waiting that's rough. Yeah, how to hold your hobby knife instruction video. That's cool. Do not judge my hobby knife technique. It's probably not ideal. Loctite gel control super glue. Yeah, Loctite's really good. I like the Gorilla. The weird thing is with these shoulders, it's like 3 pylons, and then you gotta like balance it onto the pylon. But I do, any gel glue I find to be the best because it pretty much stays where you put it. I get a lot of like secondhand or used models, and some of the times they'll have like a thin super glue, and it just kind of runs everywhere and like coats everything, and that's terrible. It'll like leave like a shell. And you're like, oh no, I gotta scrape all this off. I've gotten to the point where I don't even try rescuing those because there's nothing that really gets super glue off. Like, I saw there's like a super glue debonder product now. I haven't tried it, so maybe that'll work, but it seems like a lot of extra effort. Boom. Number 3 done for the night. Rocking and rolling. Alright, wonder if I can get number 4 done. Let's see. Not that one. This guy. Yeah, I'm careful about secondhand models. Basically, only RT metal or Forge World Titans. I won't mess with secondhand plastics anymore. Yeah, I like the problem with like getting secondhand Forge World stuff. And it's not that big of a deal, but a lot of times it's knockoff kind of stuff. And most of the time you don't really know until you try to work with it and you realize like it's really brittle resin. I've had good success with plastic. What kills me is when people try to do too much like conversion work and they kind of ruin everything. Like, it's just like, I get it, it's your vision, you're making your model yours, but like, man, I can't justify paying for it when it's kind of a hack job. But I always tell myself like, hey, you didn't have it before, so if you don't get it, it's not that big a deal. And I try to get stuff that's in pretty decent shape. You know, a little cleanup, not that big a deal. Stripper models, I don't really do a whole lot of it. Because a lot of times, really, you can really thin coat, you know, base over it. Or, honestly, most people who have like quote unquote bad paint jobs, they're just stopping too soon. They stop at like base coats. So you can get them and you can tidy up their base coats and then highlight, shadow, and have a pretty good little model. And whoever you got it from just didn't know to keep going. And then when I first got into it, I was looking for like metal models. Yeah, I liked the weight. They felt more real. So I'd go to like flea markets and stuff like that, and I'd be able to pick up a good bit of them. Like one of my favorite pickups was a metal Lysander for the Imperial Fist. That model made me happy. But what I do is I put washers at the bottom of my stuff. It gets that weight to them, but it also lets me like magnetize and transport my models. But washers, good time. All right, knife work. Hey guys, if you just now joining, how's it going? Hope you're having a good time. You know, you press that like button, hint, hint, wink, wink. Would be really awesome. But if not, just kind of chill, hang out. Hope you're working on some stuff, getting some work done. And enjoy, hang out. I got 9 Crisis suits primed and full magnetized, like $11 each. That's a phenomenal deal. And they had 5 different paint jobs layered up on them under the layer of primer they sprayed to sell them. Ooh, that's rough. Well, I mean, if the detail wasn't completely, you know, boggered up, I mean, you know, it's all right, right? It's okay. But 5 different paint jobs. That was like uncovering history, sir. Like that's, you're an archaeologist at that point. I got some Space Wolves from somebody once, and they use like, I don't even know, like automotive enamel spray primer. So I got them. I stripped them down. Oh yeah, the glue. Oh, the glue's the worst. But I got them. I stripped them down, and there's that enamel automotive primer. I couldn't do anything about it. It was horrible. But yeah, no, I got some Bane blades. And it was like the guy put a whole tube of glue, and it was this piece, super shiny glue glob. Ugh, it's just rough. But I mean, Tao, you're lucky all the legs weren't just snapped. Those ankles are. They need to drink some milk. Well, they're not very strong. Took so much time and effort. It would have just been worth time to buy them new. Yeah, but I mean, was it rewarding to get them where you wanted them? Like, you know, that rewarding feeling of saving something? No? No, but I totally get what you mean. Saving time is important. But if it's worth more time to try to fix it, I don't know. I don't know if you guys can hear my dog snoring in the background. No, there was no saving it from that glue. Just had to hide it. Yeah, that reminds me, I got an Imperial Guard army from somebody once. And they were trying to convert them into like a Nurgle. Oh yeah, pain in the butt. But they were converting into like a Nurgle army. So they took like epoxy weld or JB weld and just like pressed it onto their tanks, like pus and warts and ugh, you know, it was bad. I chipped off some of it, but it was like epoxy weld. This stuff was as strong as steel. So I was like, all right, can't do that. Not working. Let's pivot. And I did the old dried out cheesecloth and baby wipe technique and made camo netting to cover it up. And at first it kind of felt like a cop-out. I was hiding it. But once I got like the whole army done and looking that way, it actually looked pretty good, you know? I'm not gonna say it was too bad. And people be like, "Wow, that looks really cool." And I'd be like, "Yep, I'm hiding a big old glob of epoxy." But you know, no one knew. It's just me. I don't know if you can camo net towel. Legs done. Unnecessary crotch piece. Hey, thanks for the likes. It really helps out. I appreciate that. For us small guys, that really helps out a lot. But my most recent secondhand pickup was it's a World Eaters Army. I haven't put any work into it yet, but it's like pretty good base coats. It's built pretty well. I'm just gonna add the last 10% to the paint jobs and call it a day. I was pretty excited with them. I got them for like 25% of retail. It's a good scoop. And the best ways I've found to get secondhand models is look for swap meets. When people get together and exchange and sell models that way, swap meets are golden. 72, 73. All right, 74 and 76. 76. So you said you were painting spirit stones. What you painting spirit stones on? 77. Eight. Well, my spirit stone recipe is kind of crazy. On top of that, I'm doing all of them on the model. Ooh, you do them all? I mean, I don't blame you. That's how I would do my spirit stones. My buddy that plays, he only does a handful per model. But I don't know, the craziest recipe the Wraith Lord did has like 244 spirit stones. Oh yeah, I believe it. I believe it. The craziest recipe though I've heard is the head that like bright silver metallic, and then you'd use like a gel over it, and then you'd use like a highlight low light on it, and then you come back and do like the white dot, and it's like 5 different steps per stone. That's nuts. But like I appreciate the artistry of that, because right now in the hobby, most people's answer for everything is streaking grime. It's like, oh, don't do that. I mean, you do it, sure, go for it, but like every time, ugh. Mine is base with black, color shift blue, purple, 5 coats. Oof. Rose gold metallic, aquamarine, and an iridescent finish. That sounds gorgeous. Also, that now sounds like the most complicated spirit stone recipe I've ever heard of. So congratulations, you've got that beat. But that sounds phenomenal. I'm assuming there's a YouTube video on that too, then, huh? There. I was trying to figure out titanium black pearls. Ooh. That sounds cool. I guess that makes sense with the color shifting purples and blues. Titanium black pearls. Almost kind of sounds like a darker version of like an oyster shell. Oh, no secret recipe? Not that I know of. But I guess if you don't want to share it out there, keep it close, keep it secret, keep it hidden, keep it safe. Was that too Lord of the Rings? That'd be a good description. Yeah, I'm from the South. I think in terms of seafood and um, football, I guess. I don't know. All right. I made a mistake. I put glue on before I was ready to glue. Oh no. All right, 79 and 80. Tell me you're doing it for like a golden demon, right? Titanium black pearls are dark blues and greens, metallic iridescent purples, and coppery gold colors. So is it kind of like a marbly pattern or like a galaxy type pattern? And if you're trying to create that on every single one, you're a mad lad. No, during entire army, 15,000 points. Whew. I mean, I can't talk. I got thousands and thousands of points of Marines. 15K. Sounds good. 15K. That's like a apocalypse level. Those are the type of games where you spend all day to get through 3 turns and you have to have a lunch break in the middle. 81. That's 80, 30. $81. Where are you at? I'm using the gold as a reflective spot and the aqua as a center. Oh, that's okay. That makes sense. I can kind of visualize it now. 81. There you are. Apocalypse is my favorite format, and yes, I have a Phantom, an 8 Wraith Knight, a Cobra, Scorpion, etc. Whoa, my man's flexing. That is awesome. I've done Apocalypse before, years ago, when it was like first coming out, and I didn't really have any of the fun toys. I was kind of like the small man on the table. But right now, I got an Astraeus, Bane Blades, but that doesn't mean a whole lot. But that's about all I got in the Titan world. I need to catch up on that. Aqua glazes over the gold too. Oh, so it's like a bluish rose gold. Huh. So you awake now? My doggo. Yeah, I need to get more into the Titan game. There's I can't think of the name of the YouTube channel, but there's a gentleman who's making an Emperor class Titan to scale, It's like 8 feet tall. Muted? Like my sound's muted, or? But he's making it an 8 foot tall Emperor class Titan. And the man is a mad lad. That's insane. It's obviously a scratch build, you know, there's no model for it. It's the depth of a pearl. That sounds awesome, man. And the cool and the best part is like it's a labor of love with it. No, the gold is muted by the blue. Ah, okay. Boom. Number 4. Moving on, number 5. Yeah, Titan battles are fun. When I was at the U.S. Open in Austin, Texas, they had somebody who was building and painting a Warhound Titan, and he had the weekend to do it, but it was given away as a prize on the last day. So the guy, it was a 2-man team, they built and painted it in 2 days to just give away. It's pretty cool. With the Eldar pre-orders going live, I gotta start posting some Eldar content. Oh yeah, people are gonna be eating that stuff up. And then if you can get those boxes and put that work in, people are gonna flock to it. Like I think it's Mediocre Hobbies is a YouTube channel I've watched, and I discovered him because the Leviathan box was coming out, and he was like, I got these old Dark Imperium boxes and whatnot. I'm gonna just pound those out. And I watched, and I was just enthralled with following along with him finishing it. And I was like, that's the stuff. '93. I think they go live tomorrow morning early. Ooh. Yeah, I have a Dark Imperium box all sealed up. Yeah, I I don't anymore. I actually just finished them. Um, I got a couple of that box, but I finished one of them. A couple others in like various stages of completion. Um, like I said, hobby dragon with my loot. That's part of my investment collection. Absolutely. Like when I was talking about the Legos earlier, I was talking to the guy in there about it, and he said there's a lot of people who do that. They'll buy the kits, they'll sit on them for 3-4 years, and then resell them. And he was saying that the Star Wars ones go insane. Yeah, yeah. You don't want to go in this competition out there. But he was saying like the Legos, Star Wars Legos, just buy them, sit on them for a couple of years, because they rotate them out and just sell them later. Like he was saying, there's the new like uh, Rebuild the Galaxy or whatever I think it's called, with like the black Millennium Falcon. He said that one's gonna go for a lot one day. I was like, huh, would have never thought, but it makes sense. So you eBay often? Cause I've thought about the eBay world, but I don't fully understand it to do it. Like I bought a few things off of it, but like as far as selling, but yeah. Hey guys, if you guys are just joining, hopefully you're having a good time, good week. Leave a like if you can, leave a sub, it'd be awesome. If you're enjoying yourself, hang out. Hopefully you're working on something, having a good time, slaying the gray, or building that pile of shame. Mostly buy, but have some expensive stuff. So I watch those items too to see how they're holding. Like, oh, that's smart. That is smart. I got some of the Battlefleet Gothica, the old metal ones, still in shrink wrap. Um, I was watching the value for a while, but then I told myself, I'm never selling it. And I don't want to tempt myself too much. It's the Imperial cruisers and some Eldar cruisers. Oh, thanks for the like. I appreciate it. It really helps out. Us small fish really like it. Helps out a lot. It means a lot to us. So thank you for that like. In case you don't know, I'm working on the Deathwing Knights from the Inner Circle box from Christmas. Trying to keep myself honest with my New Year, New Army goal. I really like terrain and fortifications and armor cast titans. That's mostly what I am into eBay. There is a secondhand bookstore in my town, and I'll go in there every now and then, and I'll look at like old codexes, and people turn them in, and sometimes you'll get some Black Library books and whatnot. But I went in once, and they had an old school armor cast Warhound Titan, the one with like the dog face. Oh, they had no idea what they had. I picked that one up for like $40, and ended up gifting it to a buddy of mine. But that was kind of cool to see. And they said, someone just came in and donated it to the shop. I was like, okay, hey, you got me. But yeah, there's all sorts of places to look for deals. Secondhand stores, thrift shops. Like I said, try to find swap meets. You find some of that kind of stuff on Facebook, meets, greets. I've seen on Facebook, I don't know if I believe it or not, but I've seen people pick up stuff from like Goodwill. I've never been that lucky. You got one as a recast fake. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, there's a lot of that happening too. The recast. I'm not gonna lie. I intentionally bought a recast once. It was of a sculpt that was out of print. They don't make it anymore. It didn't exist. You couldn't get it anywhere. And I just really wanted it. So, found a recast of it. It was nothing special. It was like an Imperial Marine kind of thing. But I got refunded by eBay, and the seller refused postage, so I got to keep it. Oh, that's kind of neat. That's cool that eBay looked out for you. Did you end up turning it into terrain? Oh, wait a second. Yeah, I don't mind a recast at recast prices if I know it's a recast. Trying to pass it off as a real and change. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's definitely forgery. Like especially if they're trying to do it specifically to make a profit. That's just dirty. That's just dirty. And I'm sure that the person you bought it from has probably done that several times and is, been making money doing it. But okay, so if you're into the armor cast stuff, and Eldar, do you have what was it called? The pony Pegasus looking knight thing? I don't even know what it's called. But you will know what I'm talking about, I bet. I buy stuff from the guy who does the recast. I buy stuff from the guy who does the recast, like intentionally. Yeah. I didn't do the shield arm. I just bought 5 wave serpents and a couple of arms and heads for a real titan today. There you go. Yeah, honestly, that's probably the only way I could ever afford a Titan, because if it was a recast Titan. But I've seen they have like Titan uh, specific tournaments where you go and you just have Titan battles. Um, that sounds like a good time. Yes, I know those are recasts. He has stuff that was never made. Example, Phantom only came with one head and two gun arms, but there's three alternate heads and several more weapon options in game. Oh yeah, I mean that makes sense though. And like, I'm big into the hobby side of things. Like I play a good bit, and I've competed a bit, but right now, with the hobby side is what matters. So for me, like the rule of cool is what matters, and if you can get that to happen, that's what it's about for me. Like the world with like 3D printing and special stuff like that, like the alt sculpts, absolutely, that's pretty cool stuff. All right. Rule of cool for me is the real antique. It's a collection of known alts. So I'm still in search of for a real warhound and a reaver. Reavers are cool. You'll find them. They pop up a good bit on eBay. Um, Not a good bit, a couple times a year. I've seen people in like buy, sell, trade things on Facebook sell them. But it's just hard, like you said, to know if they're real or not until you're holding it. Sometimes, yeah, I'm familiar enough with the real ones, I can usually tell. But if you're using someone else's images on eBay, oh yeah, like a GW image. Trying to pass it off. That's how a lot of these people do their online dating profiles nowadays. It's like, why, yes, I am a Calvin Klein model. It is kind of crazy, like the amount of like shady deals that happen. People trying to sneak one by. But I've been pretty fortunate. But I'm also not in the market for like those high dollar items. And it makes sense that like scammers would be scamming on the high dollar stuff because they can do one scam, make a good bit of money, as opposed to doing like 10 or so scams to make a little bit of money here and there. But yeah, hey, if you're just now joining, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me and seeing everything going on. Hope you guys are getting some work done, accomplishing those goals. And if you're liking it, leave a like. It means the world to me. It really helps the small guys. This is the last termie from the squad. I'm almost done with them. I think once I get this guy done, I'm going to go ahead and call it for the evening. I've been streaming for like 127 minutes. But making some good progress on this box. I'm pretty proud of myself with it so far. And honestly, like, doing the live streams is really good motivation for me to get it done. People to talk with as I'm going through it really helps. So you guys who chat and talk to me are legendary. I appreciate you more than you know. Yeah, before COVID, I would do like buddy builds. I'd go over to a friend's place, or they'd come over here, and we'd set up the camera, and we'd just work on stuff, chill and talk. But haven't really had that opportunity. But yeah, I hope you guys had a fantastic week. It's Friday, moving into the weekend. When tyranny becomes law, rebellion becomes duty. I agree. And that's kind of like... So my stance, especially with that kind of concept, is with the rules. They keep releasing codexes for high dollar value. Like, these are not cheap books. And the rules aren't even accurate. They got first day FAQ. They still charge you out the nose for it. They put all the rules behind paywalls. So I've pretty much stopped paying for rules. That's kind of my little rebellion there. Retired? Ugh, that makes me jealous, sir. I have many more years before I get to be retired. There's a buddy of mine that I used to work with, and he was a much older gentleman than me, but he was in IT. And he came and he always fixed up my lab and took care of my rigs and whatnot. And we got to be good friends. And he's into all kind of like reenactments and doing things himself. Like, this man collected aluminum scrap, saved it up, built himself a forge, forged these parts and pieces, and cast them into parts for a metal lathe, built his own metal lathe. Like, this man is, he's a savant with that kind of stuff. And but anyway, he's into like oil painting and whatnot. But he and I would get in talks like that all the time. He's a good man. Boom. That is number 5. Done and dusted. All right, I'm telling myself, you know what? I'm going to keep going. I'm going to do the Watcher, and I'm going to do the Teleport Homer. And that'll just leave the Lion. Hey, thanks for the like. I appreciate that a lot. That really means a lot. You are awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah, he's got some skills. Like, one of his oil paintings he did was like a old Civil War Ironside in a storm. And honestly, it could be in a museum. The he's got some skills. But he's one of those types that he was always trying to learn and improve with things that he could do. So he's got all sorts of skills. So it's a good way to live. Boom. What's going on? I was painting the Cesaric and forgot to open my YouTube. No worries, man. Getting work done is good. Missed the stream. It's alright, man. I plan on doing a lot more of these. And I'm going to stretch it a little bit. I'm going to do this little Teleport Homer and Watcher of the Dark. So I got a couple more minutes. Still hang out. And I apologize. I really don't schedule stuff. I just when I get the time to do it, I do it. And that's on me. So I don't want you feeling bad at all, man. I'm just happy you thought about me to show up. Oh yeah? I told you. Like, changed good? Yeah, there you go. You know, as far as painting goes, I've never really painted like the bone armor for these guys, and all the rage is oil wash. So I'm actually going to try to push myself a little bit with my hobby And I'm going to attempt an oil wash on bone armor for these Deathwing Knights and see how that goes. Just came by to say, hey, Tired, where are you living at? Across the pond, huh? Yeah, I don't even know what time it is. But I did go and buy my oil wash for it. 3:15 a.m. Oof. You got a fast recipe for like bone armor? Heck, I'll listen to it. I will gladly take advice on it. $3:15 a.m. Man's putting together models and build models at 3:15. Legend. Can't sleep with an army ready to paint. Krylon almond spray paint. Agrat's Earthshade. Dry brush you shocked your bone. Done. Nice. I will screenshot that. Gives you nightmares. Don't think of it as nightmares. Just like little motivational sleeps. Heck, you got that Tyranid buddy of yours to keep up with. Can't let him get too far ahead of you. Krylon almond spray paint. Agrex Earthshade. Dry brush you shocked you bone. Yeah, I'm a fan of the Krylon. My Ultramarines is a Krylon blue. Don't have it near me, but here. So that's the Krylon blue, and then I would do it all over wash with what is that? Let me look at it. Drakenhof Nightshade, and then I stipple up my highlights. I'll show up here tomorrow. Have a great night, gentlemen. Take care. I appreciate you coming by and thinking about us. Nice. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I used to do a whole lot of dry brushing, and honestly, I still do. But I've been really enjoying stippling lately. I find it gets me a little more control than dry brush, but it also leaves a texture that's more pitted and bumpy, whereas dry brushing leaves like streaks, and that pitted and bumpy look kind of looks like worn metal or like casted metal. I dig it. Makes me happy. Yeah, I moved to Crown about 12 years ago and never looked at it. Absolutely. I refuse to spend that kind of money on paint. It's ridiculous. And like companies like Krylon and Rust-Oleum and that kind of stuff, that's what they do. They make spray paint. Like clean brush and smooth and blend it out. Oh yeah. But like those companies, they're billion-dollar companies for making spray paint. They make good product. And like a lot of these hobby sprays, it's kind of like an afterthought. They're not as big. They're targeting a smaller audience. It's just not there. But I will say this, and let me just finish cleaning this up. I'm going to show you like my new favorite kind of go-to spray. And it's kind of like a tease, but like, let me finish what I got and I'll show you. It's a little more expensive than like Krylon, but it's just so darn good. Yeah. It's limited in the colors though. And I'm a huge fan of color primers. Bam. What am I doing? That's my knife cap. Oh no. You can tell I'm getting old. That's how you hide dry brush strokes and glaze over, pulled wash, saliva, and water. Yeah, I've done it. Glazing definitely helps, but I find with the stippling, I don't have to. And like I said, I like the pitted kind of look. But look, I want to show you like my new favorite primer. Ugh. It's okay, stay. You don't have to get up. All right. Glidden Max Flex All Surface Primer. This one here is pretty much identical to Lead Belcher. This is a super clean black, and this is what I'm going to try. I haven't done it yet, but it dries super quick. It doesn't drip. It doesn't pool. When it dries, it shrinks in real nice and tight. It gets really thin when it gets onto the model. It's super durable. Like, this has been my go-to. These two definitely. For like Necrons and anything with like a shiny undertone to. Black primer is black primer. I'm going to give this one a shot. And it's like no smell to it. These are super cool. I can definitely vouch for these two. I haven't tried this one yet. But these two are phenomenal. I think they're like $7 a can. Yeah, and it is. I'm hoping, like I said, I'm going to try it with the oil wash. If not, I'll use your Shopty Bone recipe. But it's Home Depot. Like I said, it's about $7 a can. It's a little more expensive than Krylon. But I'm telling you, it's been the best performing cans I've used. Like I said, I don't know about this one yet, but these two have been absolutely awesome. Like you can it's pretty well used, and that's pretty full. But yeah, that's what I'm hoping to see. And like the way I have 130 Deathwing Terminators. Holy God! I've seen a lot of good ones, but I've also had a lot of practice. Yeah, no, 130. I got 5, so you got me beat there, man. Um, but I'm gonna try it. I've seen a lot of really cool things with oil washes, and for me, it's one of those things like I want a good product, yes, but I also kind of want to like flex my hobby muscles. And if I can, figure out oil washes, I feel like that would just be kind of a fun, cool thing for me. But look, this is all I got left. That's the lion. Yeah, that'll be him. I'm excited. Well, guys, look, hey, it has been phenomenal. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Please subscribe if you want to keep hanging out with me and chilling and talking. I've really enjoyed it. Like I said, I love APOC. It's a full first company. You got a full first company? This man's a legend, sir. Legend. But, like, seriously, I appreciate you guys stopping in, hanging out with me. It means the world to me. I'm excited too, buddy. Please subscribe so we can hang out and keep doing this. I know I'm motivated hanging out with y'all, and hopefully I'm helping motivate you guys too. Y'all have a great weekend. I'll probably be on sometime tomorrow as well. Get some more done. But appreciate y'all. Take care. Bye.